I really like autumn. I'm not a big fan of the heat of summer, but I'm feeling my seasonal depression creeping in. Like, she's waving at me from not that far away. She's like, yeah, hey, it's autumn, I'm here. So I am trying to do all the things that I know make me feel better, and one of those is getting outside, especially in the like around noon, and get that sun in. And I've taken my knitting project, which I haven't knitted in like 25 years. I learned when I was a kid, but I only knew how to do very basic knitting. I knew how to make scarves and that's all. And I decided to embark in the journey of making a sweater with a really thin yarn. On today's video, I wanted to share a few truths that I've never talked about online, and I think it's only fair that I do, because you deserve honesty from the people that you watch. And I'm gonna start with a mellow one, which is, I'm stating the obvious, but what you see online is not necessarily the full truth. And when I was living in a van, and even now that I'm living in a house in the mountains, and it's my dream, like I'm living my dream life, I still have days when I'm miserable, days or periods. I had one of those yesterday. I was crying for no reason, and I had those when I was living in a van as well. I was staying in really cool places. I could wake up and do whatever I wanted, and still I was feeling like crap. And this is to say that it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter where you travel to, you still gotta bring your problems with you. And of course, getting out of a really crappy situation is gonna help with your mood and with your mental health, but the only way to really feel good is work on yourself and go to therapy. Like, honestly, yeah, wherever you go, you bring yourself with you. I remember reading a book from Alain de Botton. I don't remember the name of the book now. I'm gonna link it down below if I find it. But he was saying that he was going on holiday, and then all his issues were coming with him on holiday, and he was like, why can't I just have a nice holiday? And you need to like keep having those thoughts coming up. And yeah, this is the first thing that you deserve to know. Bought this bike trailer quite a while ago in the summer. It was actually my birthday present for myself. And I have been training Bongola to get used to staying in, the movement, and today is gonna be the first day that I'm actually trying it with the bike itself. So I had to drive to a flat place because where I lived it's all like this, and I didn't want to scare him, so we're gonna attempt, and hopefully we're not gonna traumatize him. Okay, I think we still have some work to do, because he's okay going in, he's not afraid of it, but once we start moving, after 30 seconds he's like, no, I'm done, I want to get out. And so I really want to take my time with this, because I don't want to scare him off and traumatize him, and that he's not going to want to get in anymore. And the goal is to be able to go to the post office. That would be fantastic, because right now I'm not leaving him in the house alone because he hates that, and so I'm taking the car every time, and I really liked going to the post office with the bike. So if I was to be able to do that, that would be fantastic. And it took me a long time to choose the trailer, and to be honest, this is not the trailer that I wanted to go for, but I thought I'm gonna go with the cheaper one, just see if it works out, if he enjoys it, and then I'm gonna splurge into the expensive ones, because the good ones are like €1,000. They're even more expensive. They're like 1,200 euros. That's a lot of money for a trailer if you don't know if you're gonna use it. So I just bought like a cheaper trailer, and to be honest, it's just right for him. I could have went for the bigger size, but he can sit down, he can turn around, that's no problem. But when I'm gonna upgrade, if he allows me to upgrade, then I will get a bigger one. You know what else helps with low moods? Working out. I can already see some of you rolling your eyes, and I get it. When you're feeling down, the last thing that you want to do is working out, but it's the only thing that has helped me, honestly, consistently. And if you've been here for a while, then you know that I love dancing samba. That's mainly cardio, and I've been wanting to do more strengthening exercises, but I didn't quite know where to go, where to start. And this is when Trainwell reached out, and I'm so glad that they did. Trainwell, which is the sponsor of this video, is a remote personal training app that allows you to work out at home or at the gym through personalized programs. You decide when to work out, and they prepare everything else, so you don't have to think about exercises, reps, etc. I got matched with the loveliest trainer ever, Hallie. We had our first call where we discussed my goals, my fitness levels, and any sore spots. So after that, she sent me the first workouts to try, and honestly, this app is the Rolls Royce of training apps. Every single exercise is shown by you through a video. It tells you which muscles you're targeting, and also there's a voiceover so you can concentrate on your suffering on your workout. Having an actual human being keeping me accountable is helping massively with consistency. I don't think I've ever been this consistent with my workouts. Whether you go to the gym or you work out from home, I think you need to try the Trainwell app, and by scanning this link over here or by clicking the link in the description bar, you can get 14 days free trial with your expert personal trainer. I'm not gonna lie, another very good reason to exercise is simply so I can eat cake. This is a banana bread that I make quite often because it's delicious. I'm gonna leave the link in the description bar. But something else that I wanted to mention is, and to clarify, is how was I actually able to purchase this house in my 30s by myself? The reality is that it's only thanks to YouTube, and more specifically to one video that I make, the Pine Needle Basket video, which I know that many of you come from that video. And that is the only reason why I was able to purchase this house. Before I published that video, I was very broke and I don't know when I would have been able, if I would have been able to purchase a house. I didn't have any savings, and I don't come from generational wealth, and so this is the truth. It's only thanks to that video that I've been able to put a deposit in this house. I'm still paying this house. I didn't put everything down cash, I wish, but yeah, I'm telling you this because I feel that sometimes when people have a project and you watch them, they're not often clear on how they were able to get there. And sometimes I hear this sentence that I'm like, I cringe a little bit, and they say, if I've done it, you can do it too. And I'm like, I get the sentiment, it comes from a nice place, but you have no idea who you're talking to. You have no idea about the situation of people, where they're coming from, whether they have an education, whether they have access to technology. You don't know anything about their background. And for as much as I believe that you can achieve great things, and if you put your mind to it, you can work towards goals, we don't all start from the same background. And I just hope that it makes you maybe feel a little bit less behind. Like, I know that a lot of people feel like, oh, at this age I should have already reached those goals and stuff, and if it wasn't for that video I wouldn't be here. I just had a massive strike of luck. past few weeks we had a lot of rain, and I have found quite a few stones that crumbled down from the mountains. Those were stones that made up the retaining walls, and because they're not being maintained, yeah, they're just crumbling down, which is a bit sad, but at the same time I needed stones to finish the project of the path and the stairs. This is the retaining wall that I've done last summer with some stairs. We've got lots of beautiful nasturtium, which the deers love. They eat up all the flowers. But yeah, so those are the stairs, and then I had made this path with stones, and then I need to finish off over here by putting at least 3 stairs, I think. Do you like how it turned out? I think it looks pretty cool, and it's gonna look even better when I add more plants on the sides, and I'm gonna make a nice path. And all around here there's actually the bulbs, the tulips and muscari, so when it's gonna be spring it's gonna look so gorgeous. Another thing that I thought I should mention to you is that you might see me making lots of small projects here and there in the videos, and it's all good and fun, but in my head I've got so many projects that I thought would be done by now. Like when I started, when I moved in the house, I thought that in the space of 6 months I would have redone the kitchen, redone the bathroom, added floors, added insulation, painted the house. I thought I would had a functioning vegetable garden that could feed myself. None of that has happened. So in the videos you might see somebody that's doing all those things, but in reality, in my head, I feel down on myself and insecure about the things that I haven't been able to achieve because they feel too big, they feel too daunting, they feel like I don't have the skills. And also, projects take me a long time. You might watch a video that is 10 minutes long, but it took me like 2 months. One example is the stairwell case that I renovated last year. That took me like 3 months. And I know full well that there are people out there that could do that in a week, no problem. Same thing with this area. Like, I know that there are people that could have done the stone wall and the path and everything else in a week. And I've been working on this for a year and a half. So yeah, I think that there are different kinds of people. There are people that start with an idea and just stick with that and have a full list of material and stick to their plan, and then there's people like me that kind of build on, they see how things go and they build on it, and that's okay. It's just 2 different ways of working. It started to rain again, and it's that kind of rain that reminds me of Scotland, so I really can't be mad of that. But anyway, I need to go to my pottery throwing session, so better get ready. This is not for this year. I think I have enough, but I'm gonna leave it to dry here for the next year. And I think I still have about 4 loads to cut and bring here and prepare. It's a never-ending story, the wood, I tell you. But anyway, this brings me to talk about another topic. It's gonna be the last one, I think, that I wanted to share with you, which is I actually got help cutting this wood, and I do sometimes get helped with wood, especially with heavy logs, by my partner. And I've had a partner for a few years now, but I never shared it online because, well, I don't think it's anybody's business, to be honest. And I'm very protective to the people that are around me, and he's not very much into social media anyway. I don't think he even watches my videos. And lastly, this is a minor reason, but it's a frustrating one, which is I feel like anytime that I do jobs that are typically men's jobs, like let's say like the stone walls, building stuff, woodworking, all that kind of stuff, then people assume that there's a man behind it, just because a lot of people are not used to seeing women doing those kinds of jobs. So I feel like if people know that I have a man that I can ask for help, then they'll assume that everything is done by him and not by me, and that is an infuriating assumption, because you know, I'm struggling to learn. It's a tiring job, and it takes me forever to like figure out how it works and stuff, and then to film it, and then for people to think that I'm just showing off as the face, but then behind it there's a man doing everything. It's not a nice feeling, let's say. So this is, although it's a minor thing, it's another reason why I don't really share that online. And also, people assume that just because you're in a couple, then you live together, and believe me, I do not want to share my space with anybody, honestly. Like, for as much as I love this person, I think I'm not made to live with anybody. I very much like my space, my independence, my time alone. So yeah. And also something else that I don't know if this is interesting, but I think, I don't know, it's good to share the stuff because I don't think there's a lot of people saying it out loud. But I am not planning into having any kind of family or like traditional life. Like, I don't want to get married, I don't want to have kids. And I receive sometimes comments being like, oh, it's time, you better start thinking about that. I'm like, why do you assume that everybody wants the same things as you do? Just because this is what the majority of people do it with their life and choose to do. I'm not choosing that path for myself, and I can talk a little bit more about this. Like, I don't know if I feel comfortable. It's a bit personal, but at the same time, I do look for people that maybe choose different ways of living. So maybe it would be helpful if I also decide to choose that part of me. I will say I do talk about those topics a little bit more freely on my Patreon. There's lots of videos about loads of different topics over there, because I feel it's a smaller pool of people and is not accessible to everybody. So it feels a bit safer and nicer to share there. Does anyone know why my stairs keep getting green? They look terrible. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that the bear has not showed up. I left the camera for about a month and a half, and yeah, there's no sign of him. I did catch on camera a few foxes and a family of a mama deer with 2 fawns. I see them very often. I see them nearly every day. They live like in the forest just in the back of the house, and I think they're the ones that they're eating the cabbage from a garden. And also the other day I got a mountain goat with the UV cameras in front of the house. He came so close. I think it's because I wasn't here those few days, and so he might have felt like safe venturing this close to the house. But yeah, it's really cool having those animals as neighbors. And yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!